Hi, this is Glenda, and today I'm playing with soap dough and making rose buttons. This is the last one that I made, and this is the one before the last one. And what I realized is that the first attempts that I made, they look more like the center of a rose that's already open. They don't quite look like the button. And I do have some dry buttons here. I always get confused how to pronounce that. Button. I don't know. But anyway, if you can see here, it's really very well closed, and it has a more cone shape than I gave it originally. So this one, I'm trying to get a closer look to the real rose. Of course, it's not going to be real because I'm using gold mica, so people will know right away it's not real. But just to give the idea, and here is what a petal looks like. So I'm going to attempt to create this shape with each petal that I make with soap dough. Now, initially I was going to make them black because if you notice this, if you put this side by side, you can tell how the black one has a more realistic metallic look. But my black soap dough, it's really sticky, so I like that. I don't know if it's because of the weather, because I've used it before and it hasn't been this sticky. It's really warm and humid. Like yesterday, the temperatures where the highest was in the 90s Fahrenheit, which is about 32 Celsius. So I'm having a hard time working with a black today. When I let it dry, it creates this texture that sort of gives it an antique look, but that's not what I'm going for. So instead, I'm using this soap, which is actually a leftover from the sun that I made, you know, the sun log that I use on my Little Prince soap from the collaboration. And I just pretty much kept this much. I had made too much, and I just wrapped it on saran wrap, and then I just put it inside a bag, a plastic bag, so that it wouldn't dry. So it has remained soft, and surprisingly, it's working well as soap dough. Even though I didn't make it with the intention of it being soap dough, but it's working out good. So the first thing that I'm making, it's a cone shape, and I'm just grabbing a piece of this soap, rolling it into a cylinder, and then if you just press with just one hand on one end against the hard surface, you get a cone shape like that. So this will be the core, and now I just have to make petals to go on top. And again, here I have the inspiration. As you can see, a rose has really thin and a big amount of petals in there. I'm not gonna put as many, but I will try to make them thin. A quick way to do it is to roll a piece of soap into your palms, then you create a ball. Then if you roll it into the same direction, you create an oval shape. Once you have the oval shape, you can press, like I press with my fingers until I have a very thin shape. Another option that you could do would be to maybe roll it with a roller really thin, and then you could cut shapes if you had a cutter or free-handed. But for now, this is working fine for me. Here is the petal. You see how it has sort of an oval shape, but it curves up and the edges are at a lower point. So the oval, I press on the ends and on one of the sides so that it sort of creates that shape. It doesn't have to be the exact same shape. So once I have the first one, I'm going to put the cone shape like around this height so you cannot see this one. On my last one, where did it go? Is it this? Yeah, you could actually see it. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm putting it at the bottom, and then I'm curving and wrapping this around. So there, you cannot see it. So then next, I'm just gonna make more of this and then just wrap them around. Now, you want to have some overlap. So when you put your second one, I'm going to start it so that it covers some of this. And that way you can see how each petal should overlap. So see, this is where they come together. So I'm starting the next one there. And then I'll probably put a third one right here just to cover it in the middle. I'm probably gonna try to make this same recipe to make other subtle colors because I like the texture, and at least this time of the year when it's warm, it seems to be working fine. See, I didn't start with an oval shape on this one. So I'm sort of having, it's not the same as far as shapes. I should have done the oval. It's fine. So when I have it thin, I'm going to put it right there. Now this time I'm just trying to cover this gap. So I'm putting the center right in the middle. And I think that's gonna be it. That's about the size that I want it to be. That way when I cut the bars, you know, it should be the right size if I leave it like this. So I'm going to add now the gold mica. Look, I have a tear right here. I'm gonna fix it. And this part is not going to be seen because it's going to be inserted into the soap when you use it as a top embed. And the advantage of this is that now you have a rose on top of your soap that will not clog the pipes and it will not turn brown. Now you want to be wearing a mask, or at least put your head away from your work area, I guess, so that you don't breathe any of this small mica powder. I'm having my head tilted back and away from this. If I wear a mask, you couldn't hear me, or I'll sound you couldn't understand me. I'll sound mumble. But yeah, I'm using a synthetic brush with synthetic bristles, and I may need even a smaller one to get into the center right there, but it seems to work like this too. Now here my surface is not very smooth, so I'm going to try to smoothen it up a bit. I tend to mess up my embeds with my nails. I create marks and stuff. Anyway, so there you go. I think I'm happier with this than with this, because these ones, they do look like they're already opening. And here it's closer to the button shape. So, thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye. Hi, thank you for visiting my channel. I hope you like this video. If you are new and want to subscribe, you can do that by clicking on the logo, which will be somewhere on the screen, or you can just keep watching more videos. There's also a lot of information on the description box. For example, if there's a recipe, there will be a link there, and if there is a giveaway, of which I have one every month, then the information will be there as well. So make sure to check it out. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.